Welcome to Speak Forward English, where we help you master the language with confidence.
Hey, Jerry, good to see you.
Sophia, how's it going? Come on in, have a seat.
Thanks. So, I've been thinking a lot lately about something you mentioned last time we talked.
Oh yeah? What's that?
About not wasting time. You said something like, life's too short to spend it on things that don't matter. And honestly, it's been stuck in my head ever since.
Really? I didn't think I was that profound.
No, seriously. I've been looking at how I spend my days, and it's kind of eye-opening when you actually pay attention.
I know exactly what you mean. So it made you start thinking about it more.
Well, last week I caught myself scrolling through social media for like 2 hours straight. 2 hours! And when I was done, I thought, what did I even gain from that? Nothing, really.
Oh man, we've all been there. That's the perfect example right there. Social media is designed to just suck you in, you know?
Exactly. And the worst part is, I had this book I've been wanting to read sitting right next to me the whole time.
See? That's what gets me too. It's not even that we don't have time. It's that we waste it on stuff that gives us nothing back. Like what book was it?
It's about personal growth and setting better goals. Ironic, right?
Oh, that's perfect. You're scrolling instead of actually growing.
Right? So I made a decision. I deleted 2 social media apps from my phone.
Whoa, really? That's a big step. How's that going?
Honestly, it's been amazing. I've read 3 chapters already, and it's only been a few days.
That's awesome. You know, I had a similar wake-up call about 6 months ago.
Yeah? What happened?
So, I was working on this project at work, right? And I kept saying I didn't have time to go to the gym or cook healthy meals or even call my mom back.
Oh no, your mom must have loved that.
She was not happy with me. But anyway, I tracked my time for 1 week, like literally everything I did.
Oh wow, that sounds intense.
It was, but you know what I found? I was spending almost 3 hours a day watching random YouTube videos and another hour just, kind of doing nothing productive at work.
4 hours, that's insane.
Right? 4 hours that I kept saying I didn't have, and I'm sitting there complaining about being too busy.
So what did you do about it?
I started being really intentional about my time. Like, I asked myself, is this moving me towards something I care about? If the answer was no, I stopped doing it.
That's such a good filter. Is this moving me towards something I care about? I like that.
Yeah, it's simple, but it works. And here's the thing. I'm not saying you can't ever relax or watch TV or whatever.
Right, because that would be exhausting.
Exactly. But there's a difference between intentionally relaxing and just mindlessly wasting time because you're bored or avoiding something.
Oh, that's a great distinction. I definitely do the mindless scrolling when I'm avoiding work I don't want to do.
We all do. But think about it this way. If you intentionally decide, okay, I'm going to watch this show for an hour to unwind, that's fine. You made a choice.
But if you're just clicking around aimlessly for 3 hours, you didn't really relax and you didn't get anything done.
Bingo. You just numbed out, and you feel worse afterward.
Yeah, that's so true. I always feel kind of gross after a long scroll session.
Right? It's like eating junk food for your brain. A little bit is fine, but too much, and you just feel blah.
I love that analogy. So give me another example from your life. What else changed when you started being more intentional?
Okay, so, I had this friend, well, acquaintance, really, who would always call me to complain about the same stuff over and over.
Oh no, one of those situations.
Yeah, and I'd spend like an hour on the phone, and he'd never take any of my advice. He just wanted to vent.
And you felt obligated to listen?
Exactly. But I realized this isn't actually helping him, and it's draining me. So I started setting boundaries.
How did that go over?
Not great at first, honestly. But I told him, look, I care about you. but I could only do 15 minutes unless we're actually working towards solutions.
Wow, that's really direct.
It had to be. And you know what? He actually respected it. Our conversations got way more productive, and I got my time back.
That's brave, though. I struggle with that kind of stuff because I don't want to seem rude or uncaring.
I get that. But here's the thing, Sophia. When you waste your time on things that don't serve you or the other person, you're actually being less caring.
How so?
Because you're building resentment, you're not fully present, and you're taking away time you could spend on people and things you genuinely care about.
Oh, I never thought about it that way. So boundaries are actually more respectful?
Absolutely. Think about it. Would you rather have a friend who gives you 15 focused, caring minutes, or someone who's half listening for an hour while thinking about all the other stuff they should be doing?
When you put it like that, definitely the first one.
Right? Quality over quantity. Same goes for everything else, too.
Okay, so I want to push back on something a little bit. What about things that might seem like a waste of time, but actually aren't? Like, what if you can't tell the difference?
Good question. Give me an example.
All right, so let's say I spend an hour just staring out the window, daydreaming. Is that wasting time or is that rest?
I'd say it depends. Are you recharged afterward? Did it spark any creative ideas? Or are you just avoiding something?
You're really making me examine my motives here.
That's the point. Look, I think there's a lot of value in rest, in letting your mind wander, in doing nothing sometimes.
Okay, good, because I was worried you were going to say every minute needs to be productive.
No way. That's actually a trap too. Some people waste their time by being busy all the time, but not actually accomplishing anything meaningful.
Oh, that's interesting. So you can waste time by doing too much?
Absolutely. I see this at work all the time. People rushing around in back-to-back meetings, looking super busy, but they're not making real progress on what matters.
So it's not about being busy, it's about being effective.
Exactly. Like, I used to pride myself on being in every meeting, knowing everything that was happening. But most of those meetings, total waste of time.
How many meetings are actually useful?
In my experience, maybe 1 out of 5. The rest could have been an email.
Oh my gosh, yes. So what did you do?
I started declining meetings where I wasn't essential. And you know what? Nothing bad. Nobody even noticed.
Really?
Really? And I got back probably 5 or 6 hours a week to do actual deep work. My productivity shot up.
That's incredible. I need to do that too. I'm in so many meetings where I'm just sitting there thinking, why am I here?
Right? So here's what I do now. Before I accept any meeting, I ask myself 3 questions.
Okay, I'm listening. What are they?
1, what's the purpose of this meeting? 2, do I need to be there for it to succeed? And 3, is there a better way to accomplish this?
Those are really good questions, especially that second one.
Yeah, because a lot of times we go to meetings out of FOMO, or because we think we should be there, but we're not actually contributing anything.
Okay, so we've talked about social media, relationships, meetings. What about hobbies? Can hobbies be a waste of time?
That's a tough one. I'd say it depends on whether you actually enjoy them or you're just doing them out of habit.
Can you explain?
Sure. So I used to play in this recreational basketball league, right? Every Tuesday night.
Okay.
And I started dreading it. Like, Tuesday would come around and I'd think, ugh, I have basketball tonight. But I kept going because I'd been doing it for 3 years.
So you were wasting time on a hobby you didn't even enjoy anymore?
Exactly. Finally, my girlfriend was like, why are you still doing this if you hate it? And I was like, you know what? Good question.
So you quit?
I did, and I felt so relieved. I used that time to start learning guitar, which I'd wanted to do for years.
So the lesson is check in with yourself about whether you still enjoy things?
Yeah, because we change, right? What was fun 5 years ago might not be fun now, and that's okay. Don't waste time on old versions of yourself.
Wow, I really like that. Don't waste time on old versions of yourself. That's deep.
I have my moments.
Okay, here's another thing I struggle with. What about relationships with family? Like, you can't just cut off family members because they waste your time, right?
That's complicated for sure. I think it's less about cutting people off and more about managing expectations and boundaries.
How do you mean?
Well, like with my uncle, for example. He's a great guy, but every conversation turns into him lecturing me about politics for 2 hours.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I love him. I want him in my life, but I can't do 2-hour political debates every week. So now I see him at family events. We keep it lighter, and it's actually better.
So you didn't cut him out, you just adjusted how you interact.
Exactly. You can love people and still protect your time. It's not all or nothing.
That makes sense. I think I need to do that with my sister. She calls me every single day, sometimes multiple times.
And you feel obligated to answer?
Yeah, because she's my sister. But honestly, sometimes I'm in the middle of something and it throws off my whole day.
So maybe you could set a regular time to talk, like, hey, I love talking to you, but can we do a weekly catch-up call instead of daily check-ins?
I don't know if she'd go for that.
She might surprise you. And even if she's hurt at first, she'll understand eventually. You're not rejecting her, you're just managing your time better.
That makes sense. I think I need to have that conversation. It's been stressing me out.
See, that's another way we waste time, by stressing about things instead of addressing them directly.
Okay, now you're calling me out.
I'm calling myself out too. I do the same thing. I'll spend hours worrying about having a difficult conversation instead of just having it.
And then the conversation takes like 5 minutes.
Exactly. And it's never as bad as you think it's going to be.
So what other ways do people waste time? I feel like we're on a roll here.
Oh, here's a big one. Trying to make everyone happy.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Right? Like, you can waste years of your life trying to please people who are never going to be satisfied anyway.
Are you speaking from experience?
Maybe. I had this boss a few years ago who was impossible to please. I'd stay late, redo projects 3 times, jump through every hoop.
And it was never good enough.
Never. And one day I realized I'm wasting my time trying to impress someone who's already decided I'm not good enough. And then I stopped.
Just like that?
Well, it took some time, but yeah. I started doing good work, meeting deadlines, being professional, but I stopped bending over backward. And you know what happened?
What?
Nothing changed. She still wasn't happy, but now I wasn't burning myself out over it. And eventually, I found a better job with a boss who actually appreciated me.
That's such an important lesson. Pause to stop wasting time on people who don't value you.
Exactly. And that goes for jobs, relationships, friendships, all of it.
So how do you know when to keep trying and when to walk away?
I think you ask yourself, is this situation getting better or worse? Am I growing or am I stuck? And is the other person meeting me halfway?
That last one is key, right? Because you can't be the only one trying.
Right. If you're doing all the work in a relationship or a job or whatever, that's a sign you're wasting your time.
Okay, this is all really helpful, but I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed. Like, how do I actually implement all of this?
Fair point. Let me give you something practical. Start small.
Okay, how small?
Pick one area where you know you're wasting time. Just one. For you, maybe it's social media since you already deleted those apps.
Right.
So commit to that for 2 weeks. See how it feels. Don't try to overhaul your entire life at once.
Okay, that feels doable. What else?
Track your time for a few days. You don't have to do it forever, but just seeing where your time actually goes is eye-opening.
Like you did with the YouTube videos?
Exactly. You can't fix what you don't measure. Just keep a little notebook or use an app, whatever works for you.
And then what? Once I identify the time wasters and eliminate them, then what? How do I make sure I'm using that time well?
Great question. This is where intention comes in again. You need to know what you actually want.
Like goals?
Yeah, but not just any goals. Goals that actually matter to you, not goals you think you should have.
What's the difference?
Okay, so let's say you think you should exercise more because everyone says exercise is important.
Okay.
But you actually hate gyms. You find them boring and depressing. So you waste time forcing yourself to go, you're miserable, and you quit after 2 weeks.
That's very specific. Is that your story?
Maybe, but the point is, instead of that, find a form of movement you actually enjoy. Maybe that's hiking or dancing or playing with your dog.
So the goal isn't really exercise, it's finding something active that you genuinely like.
Exactly. And that's sustainable. That's not wasting time because you're enjoying it while you're doing it.
I see what you mean. It's about alignment, right? Your actions need to align with what you actually value, not what you think you should value.
Perfect. You got it. And when there's alignment, things don't feel like wasted time even if they're hard. Can you give me an example? Sure. So learning guitar, like I mentioned earlier, it's hard. My fingers hurt, I sound terrible still. I practice for an hour and barely improve.
That doesn't sound fun.
But it doesn't feel like wasted time because I genuinely love music and I've always wanted to do this. Every little bit of progress feels amazing.
So even though it's difficult and you're not good at it yet, it's fulfilling.
Exactly. Compare that to scrolling social media, which is easy and mindless, but leaves you feeling empty.
Yeah, I see the difference. One is challenging but meaningful, the other is easy but hollow.
Right. And I think a lot of people waste time on hollow things because they're tired or stressed, and they think they need easy.
But the easy things don't actually help you rest?
Not really. Like real rest is reading a book, taking a bath, going for a walk, talking to a friend. That stuff actually recharges you.
But it requires a little more effort than just zoning out in front of a screen.
Exactly. So we take the lazy option and then wonder why we're still exhausted.
Okay, you're really making me rethink my whole life here, Jerry.
Sorry. Or you're welcome. I'm not sure which.
Both. No, this is really helpful. I think the biggest thing I'm taking away is that wasting time isn't always obvious.
Right. It's not just sitting around doing nothing. Sometimes it looks like being busy. Sometimes it looks like being social. Sometimes it even looks like being responsible.
Can you explain that last one?
Sure. Like, let's say you take on a volunteer position because it seems like the right thing to do.
Okay.
But you don't actually care about the cause. You're only doing it because someone guilted you into it. And it's taking time away from things you do care about.
So even though it looks responsible and charitable, it's actually wasting your time?
If it's not aligned with your values, yeah. You're not helping the organization much because your heart's not in it, and you're resenting the time commitment.
Wow, that's a hard truth. I definitely do stuff like that.
We all do. It's part of being socialized to be nice and accommodating. But there's a difference between being genuinely generous and just being a people pleaser.
And the people-pleasing is the time waster.
Exactly. Real generosity comes from overflow, from a full cup. People-pleasing comes from obligation and depletes you.
I really need to think about that. How do I know which one I'm doing?
Check in with how you feel. If you're genuinely excited to help, great. If you're dreading it or feeling resentful, that's your signal.
My signal to say no?
Or at least reconsider. Maybe there's a different way to help that works better for you. Or maybe it's just not your thing, and that's okay.
You make it sound so simple.
It's simple, but it's not easy. There's a difference.
True. Okay, last question. What if you've already wasted a lot of time? Like, what if you look back and realize you spent years on the wrong job or the wrong relationship or whatever?
Oh, that's tough. But here's the thing, you can't get that time back. So beating yourself up about it is just wasting more time.
So what do you do instead?
You learn from it. You figure out what those experiences taught you, even if they were painful, and you use that knowledge to make better choices now.
So the time wasn't entirely wasted if you learned something.
Exactly. Like, I spent 3 years in a job I hated. Was that a waste? In some ways, yes. But I learned what I don't want. I learned to value my time more, and I learned to speak up for myself.
So it became valuable in retrospect?
Yeah. And also, there's no perfect path, you know? Life is messy. We all waste time sometimes. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness and course correction.
That's really compassionate. I think I needed to hear that.
We're all doing our best. Cut yourself some slack while still holding yourself accountable.
That's a good balance. This has been such a helpful conversation, Jerry. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm glad. You got me thinking too. It's good to check in on this stuff regularly.
Right, because it's so easy to slip back into old patterns.
So easy. Like, I still catch myself scrolling sometimes or saying yes to things I should say no to. It's a practice.
A practice, not a destination.
Exactly. Look at you getting all philosophical.
I learned from the best. But seriously, thank you. I feel like I have a clearer picture now of what I need to change.
You're welcome. And hey, we should check in again in a few weeks. See how we're both doing with all this.
I'd love that. Maybe we can be accountability partners?
Perfect. We can call each other out when we're wasting time.
Deal. Although knowing me, you'll be doing most of the calling out.
We'll see. I have my moments of wasting time too, trust me.
Well, thanks again, Jerry. This was great.
Anytime, Sophia. Now go use your time wisely.
I will. See